You guys, welcome. All right, you guys, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour, we're going to be practicing a little bit of our functional English. We'll be following along with the same book that we've been looking at over the past two or three weeks. Okay. If you do not have it, let me get you the link. Okay, but this link you'll be able to download the whole book. The book is called Talk Talk Talk. Okay, the link is in the Verbling chat box right now. I'm also putting it in the Google chat box. Okay, so if this is your first time to this class at this hour, we've been using this book for the past few weeks or so, and so this is what we'll be working off of. Okay. So go ahead and open that up. You can download it. Okay. Today we'll be talking about lending and borrowing. Okay, lending and borrowing. This is one of the words that are most confused in English. Okay, a lot of times I hear people using them incorrectly. Really, I don't hear people using the word lending. Okay, most often they use borrow, and they use it in the incorrect way. All right, so we'll be looking at how to use it. And some expressions we can use, and then we'll go into some practices and speak to each other. Okay. Let's see who we have in class so far. Hi there, Alicia. How are you?
Hi. Fine, thanks. How are you, Chad?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Okay. I'm in Italy now.
Ah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. How about Nacho? Hi there, Nacho. How are you?
Hello, Chad. I'm fine.
Very good. Very good.
What about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Nice to have you here in class.
Yeah.
Okay. Nadive, how are you?
I'm fine, Chad. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. How about, let's see, we have two Osamas here. So Osama with the kid with the hair thingy. Osama. Okay. And hi there, Osama. What's your last name?
My last name is Hosni. I'm Osama Hosni.
Okay. All right. So
like that. I just type it. The chat bar.
Let me see here. Because Husni. Okay, Husni. All right. Because there are two Osamas here, so I'll call you Osama H. Okay, I'll call you Osama H. Right? Okay, very good. All right, and Osama.
Hi, Chad.
Hi. How you doing? What's your last initial?
Name?
Yeah, your last name or last initial.
Arar.
Okay, Osama A then.
Okay.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, and how are you, Osama?
I'm good. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay, we also have Pavel. Hi, Pavel. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. Nice to have you here in class.
Thank you.
And Sergio, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Chad. Hi, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You got lost. You've been gone forever.
Yeah, definitely. I have to decide to master my Spanish. I have to work for sometimes in Buenos Aires. And my Spanish was terrible. Like I don't understand anything, and I have to stop and master it, and then I feel really comfortable talk Spanish, speak Spanish, and then I now improve my English as well.
Yeah, but you went to Buenos Aires. That's my city. Yeah, that's where I learned Spanish. I spent 2 years there.
Oh, show me.
Show me chamo.
Show me chamo.
Very good, very good. Where did you do you know where you stayed? Where were you living at when you were there?
Close to in Plaza de Mayo.
Yeah, so you've got Congreso, La Boca, which is right over there close by.
Sí. Are you living there? No.
Yeah, I lived there. I lived right over there.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was in the same place. Yeah,
Oh,
it was a long time ago though, in 2000. I was there
oh,
when the economy collapsed, like forever ago. Yeah, but
Oh,
I was in that exact place. Yeah, very cool. All right,
awesome.
let's see.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you, man. Hi there, T. How are you?
Hi, Chad. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to have you here in class. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to
Okay,
see you too.
and Jonathan snuck in here. How you doing, Jonathan?
Hi, teacher Chad. I am fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to have you here. Okay. All right, you guys. Let me give you the link one more time. If you came in a little bit later, there's the link to the book we'll be going over, and we have been going over for the past while. Okay. Let me share my screen with you really quick. Okay. Now it's a pretty big book. There's a lot of chapters in it. We've gone over a lot of them so far. Today we're talking about lending and borrowing. Okay. Could you lend me a pencil? May I borrow your car? Okay. All those different phrases. We'll be starting on page 26. Okay. If you can't find it and you're just downloading it right now, go to page number 3. Okay. Here you have all of the chapters. Okay, and just go to lending and borrowing, and you can click on it, and it'll take you right to it. Okay, the great thing about these books, you guys, is that you can take notes directly on it. Okay, if you want to do that, okay, press so it's the third button on the from the left. Okay, click on that, and a window will pop out. Okay, all you need to do is click on Add Text, and you'll be able to write directly on the PDF. Okay, and then you can save it. Okay, and that's what I'll be doing. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the initial paragraph. And Alessia, let's have you
yeah,
read this paragraph here, please.
yeah. Lending and borrowing. Everyone has family, friends, or colleagues who at one time or another will want to borrow something that you have. It may just be a pen to write a note or money for lunch or something more substantial like your truck for a day so they can move or they use or your lakeside cabin for a weekend getaway. Just be certain that they return whatever was borrowed to ensure a continued relationship with that person.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay, so we can use these phrases for small things and big things. There's no difference unless, and I'll give you a phrase that really indicates the difference between a small favor and a big favor, which is our word. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll into this. Okay, so we'll be looking at our expressions and responses. With our responses, okay, we have a positive, so we have an acceptance, okay, and we have a decline for each one. So saying yes and then saying no, right? Okay, let's go to. Let's see here. Okay, Jonathan. Jonathan, let me have you read. Let me have you read these first two. Okay. So what you're going to do is read the expression and both responses to both of them. Okay. Go ahead, please.
Okay, teacher. Could you lend me $1? Of course, my pleasure. Sorry, I'm broke. May I borrow your textbooks? Sure, go ahead. Yes, but only after I finish with it.
Okay, very good. Okay, now these two phrases, okay, are very often confused and mixed up. Okay, most of the time, you guys use this phrase here. Okay, but you switch out lend for borrow. Okay, and I hear most students saying this: could you borrow me, okay, a dollar, or whatever it is that they're looking for? Okay, and that is incorrect. Okay, that is incorrect. Okay, now when you are thinking of lending, okay, lending and borrowing, I want you to think of two words, and these should be able to help you out when you are trying to figure out how to use each word. Okay, so when you're thinking of lend, okay, I want you to you can you can excuse me, you can basically replace it with the word give. Okay, borrow is take. Okay, this is the reason why we cannot say a phrase like this, because if I were to say, could you take me a dollar, okay, and I were to replace borrow with take, it doesn't make sense at all, right? But if we have the phrase, or the if we come down here, we have the phrase, could you lend me a dollar, okay, and we replace it with give. Could you give me a dollar? That makes perfect sense. So this is a way to test whether or not you're using lend or borrow. And really, the thing is whenever you guys are asking for something, okay, your initial reaction, okay, is to say this: change it. Do not use borrow. I have a feeling that the word lend was probably never taught in schools, because I never hear any student use it. They always use borrow and borrow me. Just know that it is incorrect to say, could you borrow me a dollar? Okay? When you're wanting someone to give you something like that, okay, and you're asking the other person to give it to you, okay, that is lend me. Okay, borrow, okay, it means you're asking permission to take it. All right, so take a look at the difference in meaning here. Okay, may I, okay, or may I take your textbook? Okay, may I take your textbook? Take and borrow they're similar in meaning. Okay, take means you're really not going to give it back. Borrow, yes, you do have the intention to give it back. Okay, but our subject is different as well. Could you lend me? Right here, this is going to be may I. Okay, so I, the subject is now first. May I borrow your? Okay, here we not typically, but more often than not, we're going to have a possessive pronoun here. Here we have a pronoun. So with borrow, you usually want to use a possessive pronoun after the word borrow. Borrow your car, borrow your pen, okay, borrow your textbook. All right. Okay. Now in our in our phrases, okay, these are in our responses. Okay, these are quite normal, of course. Okay, of course, my pleasure. Of course is going to be pretty informal. You add my pleasure on there, it makes it a little bit more formal. Okay. Now broke here is a phrase meaning that I don't have any money. Okay, I don't have any money at all. I'm broke. Okay, sorry, I'm broke. Right, and that's a phrase that's used quite often. Right, and then we have sure, one of my favorite phrases to go through, or one of my favorite phrases to use when I say yes. Okay, all right. Now, any questions, you guys? Is there any questions or confusions about borrow and lend?
Yeah, I have one.
Yes.
If I'm in a bank, I said I'm here to ask a lending.
Okay.
I lend money. Okay, but
yeah,
I use lend.
That is a loan. Okay.
Loan.
A loan is a financial transaction.
Okay. If I want money to buy, like for example, an home, I'm ask a loan.
Yeah, you ask for a loan.
Okay, loan.
Okay. Now, alone is a noun. It can also be used as a verb. When it is used as a verb,
Okay.
it's just the same as lend. Okay, so
Okay.
in this phrase down here, I could say, could you loan me $1? I can
Okay.
replace lend with loan, and it holds the same or similar meaning.
So I could say, I'm going to go to the bank to ask a lending and have
No,
a loan.
no, because there you're using it as a noun. When it's a noun,
Oh, okay.
okay, you have to use loan. Okay, and you would say, I'm going to the bank.
The banking
I'm
lending me
going
a
to.
loan.
Yes, the bank is lending me a loan for
Okay.
$5,000.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to the bank to ask for a loan. Okay, they hopefully, we could say hopefully, they lend me, okay, $5,000.
Okay.
Okay, you could, and instead of saying lend me, you could say hopefully they loan me.
Okay.
Okay, and that would be okay as well. But in this case, we're using them as verbs. So here at the beginning, I'm going to the bank to ask for a loan. I'm using that as a noun.
Yes.
Hopefully they loan me $5,000. I'm now using this word as a verb.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Any other questions about lend
Yeah.
and borrow?
Yeah, can I have a question?
Sure.
For the first expression, could we say, could you lend me your money?
Sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that we can't use your with, lend. That's it, okay.
No, you can.
Okay, okay. Got it.
What I was saying is typically after borrow you're going to have a possessive pronoun.
Okay.
Okay. So you wouldn't say may I borrow, may you borrow, or could you borrow me? That's what I hear all the time. I hear this situation. Could you borrow me, or would you borrow me? Okay, this situation here is incorrect, and this is how I hear 90% of the questions asked. Okay, so you want
Okay,
to.
thank you so much. Okay.
You guys want to start using the word lend. Okay, any other questions? Nope. Okay.
Please,
Let's.
chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, please, chat. I have one question. Sorry.
Sure.
If I think that if I borrow something, I have to back something back.
Yeah. Yeah. When you borrow something, you're giving something back.
Yeah. Okay. And what about if someone lent me something? Is
It's the same. It's the same
expecting
thing.
to back me?
It's the same thing. Lending.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Could you lend me a dollar? Okay. You have the same intention. Okay. You have the same intention as borrow. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing is, okay, you're asking for them to give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, because I can switch this whole thing up. Instead of saying could you lend me a dollar, okay, I could switch it and say could I borrow a dollar?
Yeah.
All right, it has the same meaning. Okay, but I have to ask it in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
Nope. Okay. Let's take a look at our next two phrases here. And these are for Nacho. Nacho, let me have you read these bottom two expressions, please, with their responses.
Okay. Do you mind if I use your pen? Not at all. Help yourself. Or I'm sorry, but this is my lucky pen, and I'd never let anyone use it. Will you lend me your car? Maybe. Where are you going, and when will you be returning? Or No way.
Okay, very good. Okay, this phrase right up here, this is often used. Okay, do you mind? Okay, it's like saying, would it bother you? Is it okay? Is it okay if I use? Okay, this is a typical phrase that we use instead of saying lending. Okay, now still, when you say use, you have the intention of giving it back. Okay, it's not really expressed in the word use. Okay, but you still plan on returning the pan. Okay, you still plan on returning it.
Could
Right?
could I say, do you mind if you lend me your dress?
No.
Possible to lending your dress?
No. If you want to use "do you mind" in that with lend, you would have to take out the subject and say it like this. Would you mind? Okay, or do you mind? You could say "do you mind" as well. Do you mind lending me
Lending.
your dress?
Okay.
Okay. Do you mind lending me your dress? And so we would use lending in the gerund form.
It's like it's possible to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Do you mind lending me your dress? Or would you mind? Okay. Would you would be a little bit more formal.
Okay.
Okay. Would you mind lending me your dress? And it's the same thing. Does it bother you? Okay. Is it okay? Okay. Would you mind or do you mind is like saying, is it okay? Okay. And these two phrases, would you mind lending and do you mind if I use? They're used quite often. Okay, they're used quite often. Okay. Now, the phrase right here, help yourself. Okay, help yourself is used a lot with food. Okay. It's used a lot with food and anything where you don't mind the person getting what they need. Okay, so if you're at a party, okay, and someone asks for something, you say, yeah, not at all. Help yourself. If you're saying help yourself, that means, grab your own plate, get your own food. Okay, we used help yourself with food all the time. Okay, in this situation, do you mind if I use your pen? Okay, you don't have to say your, you can also say a. Do you mind if I use a pen? Okay, holds the same or similar meaning. Okay, yeah, not at all. Help yourself. Okay, another, there it is right there. Another phrase that I use a lot is go ahead. Okay, you probably hear that when you guys ask to ask a question. I say, sure, go ahead. Right, I use that all the time. Okay, sure, go ahead. Okay, so not at all. Go ahead. Okay, I really like that phrase. It just means do it. Okay, it's all yours. Okay, take what you need. Okay. All right. This is a unique situation. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is my lucky pen. Yeah. Okay. May not. You may have another reason. I'm sorry, but this is my only pen.
Sure. Go ahead.
That's more typical. That's more typical. But this is my only pen. Will you lend? Okay. Another. Just another way of saying it. Could you lend? Will you lend me your car? Okay. Just another way of asking. Okay. All right. Any questions about these phrases here, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have to phone and reserve a car sharing, for example.
When you will return it to me?
Hold on, Osama. Let me mute you. If you want to practice, that's okay. But all right, very good. So Alicia, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanna ask you if I have to phone and reserve a car sharing, for example, I could say I will lend a car, or could I borrow a car?
No, that would be a different word. You are renting.
Okay.
Okay, so that is to rent.
It's
Okay.
rent, yeah, but I want to understand if it's like in Italian, like you could use, could I have in landing? I don't know, it's the same, it's the real mean.
Yeah, it's
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 like
similar. It's
synonymous, I
similar.
don't know what the word in English.
It's similar, but the only difference here with rent is that you're exchanging money for the use of this product.
Okay.
In this instance, so for a dollar, for example, if I borrow a dollar from you, um, you give me that dollar, I use it, and then when I have the dollar again, or when I have another dollar, I give that back to you. So I didn't have to like give you my backpack as collateral. You can say,
Okay.
here, I'm gonna, so that's sort of how renting works. Okay, they give you a vehicle, but you have to give them money for the use of the vehicle plus your credit card number, okay, in case anything happens to it.
Okay.
Right, so you have to pay for any damage that happens, things like that. So rent, it has a similar meaning. Yes, you're going to be returning it. You're using it, but then also returning it. But you have to pay for the all of the use that you everything that you use the
Yeah,
vehicle
yeah, I
for.
understand. I have this adapter because I read car, so I imagine myself in this moment, and I have the phone on the
Ah,
hand.
okay.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I want to understand if I use rent or I could use lend.
Okay. Yeah. No, you'd have to use the word rent.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Very good. Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Very good. Let's roll down here. Okay. All right. So this is what I was talking a little bit about before. Let's go to Najibe. And Najibe, let me have you read this paragraph, please.
Okay, lend and borrow. Lend and borrow are frequently used incorrectly by non-native speakers. They are very similar in meaning, but cannot be used interchangeably. Excuse me, Chad. How do you
Pronounce it.
pronounce? Yes,
It is interchangeably. Interchangeably.
interchange interchangeably.
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 Good, good. Okay. All right. So, and this is a little bit about what I was referring to as well. So, interchangeably means if we take a look at these two sentences here. All right. Can I borrow your book? Can you lend me your book? I cannot swap these words. Okay. I cannot say, can I lend your book? Can you borrow me your book? I cannot switch the words. I cannot interchange them. Okay, that never works. Okay, but this is the form or formula that we typically use. Okay, can. Okay, and then it's going to be I. Okay, if you are asking for yourself. Okay, you can also say can we if you're asking for a group of people. Okay, so you can say can we borrow? Okay, and then whatever it is. You can also say can, if you're asking for someone else, can they borrow? Okay, so can I borrow, can we borrow, can they borrow? Okay, um, can you borrow isn't really used. Okay, unless someone says it incorrectly. You're asking if you can borrow my pen. Right? Okay, well, this is how we would say that. So we use you in a corrective way. But if we're really asking, can we borrow, can they borrow? Okay? If we're looking at lend, okay, can you lend, just like in this situation? Okay? You wouldn't really or necessarily say, can I lend? Okay, or can we lend? Okay, unless you're correcting. Can they lend? Okay, you might say, I'm going to ask if they can lend me something. Okay, that might work. Okay, but you're explaining to someone else. But when you're actually asking the question, okay, you're really only going to say, can you lend, and then me. Now here we can change it up. Can you lend me? Can you lend us? Okay. Can you lend them? Okay, so it changes just a little bit. Okay, can you lend us a ball to play soccer? Can you lend them your car? They need to move some things into their new house. Okay, so these are the different ways that we can ask those questions. Okay, any questions here, you guys?
I have a question. So what I understood is that we can't say that. Let's say, for example, can you borrow that pen for my friend? We can't say that. We should say, can my friend borrow a pen from you? Is that right?
Yeah, can my friend borrow a pen from you?
Okay.
Or can you lend my friend your pen? Okay. In that issue, or in that type of question, you'd sort of be replacing it with them. Can you lend my friend your pen? Okay, and that would work. If you want to say borrow, let's see. Oh, that would be. Oh yeah, can my friend borrow your pen? Can my friend borrow your pen? Okay, and again, it's like replacing they. Okay, you're not included in it. We would include you. Okay, but here, okay, can my friend borrow your pen? Okay, you're just replacing that subject. Does that make sense? That was Osama H, right?
Could I say, would I borrow your bicycle?
Would I borrow?
Hmm?
Not would. You could say could.
Could.
Okay, if you want to say would, you would need to say something like, would I be able to?
Okay.
Would I be able to borrow your bike?
Okay.
And then maybe tomorrow.
No,
Okay,
it's
because
could.
you're asking for a future situation. Would I be able to borrow your bike tomorrow? My friends are going on a bike trip, and I need a bike.
Okay. Yeah. Makes
Okay.
sense.
So here, but you can get the arrive at the same objective by saying could. Could I borrow your bike tomorrow? Okay, but you're just replacing it with would I be able to?
Okay.
Okay.
May I have a question?
Yeah. What's your question?
The last one. Do we say, can you lend your pen to my friend?
Let's see. Would you lend your pen to my friend? Yeah, you could say that. Okay. Again. Okay. Would you lend? Yeah. You can switch some things around. That way, the direct object is changing. Okay. So instead of could you lend my friend? Well, no. You're just actually just changing the position of the direct object. Okay, because the lending is happening to the pen, you're just moving it. Okay, and here is the indirect object, right? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Nope. Okay, very good. Good questions, you guys. And this like I said before, the lend and borrow is so often confused. Okay, so often confused, and it's lend usually is the word that is not used. Okay, most people lean towards borrow. Okay, we need to start using lend more often. Okay, all right, let's scroll down here. Okay, and take a look at, I think I need to, okay, very good. So we're going to look at this dialogue here. Let's have Osama H and Osama A. Let's have you guys read through this. So we have H is going to be Alfred, and A is going to be Olive. Okay,
All right.
go ahead and read through this dialogue, you guys.
Okay. Olive, can I borrow your new Stone CD?
No.
Why not? I'll give it back. I just want to make a copy.
I know, I trust you. It's just that only I got this morning and I haven't listened to that much yet. I'll lend it to you in a couple of days.
Okay, that will work.
Will you lend me your truck on Saturday morning? I have to take a lot to the dump.
Sure. As long as you return it by noon and put a few gallons of gas in it before you return it. My sister wants to borrow it to help her friend move.
No problem. Do you want me to return it to your place or your sister's?
Better make it my place. She could change her mind. You know how she is.
Okay, very good, you guys. Okay, so in this dialogue, we had a couple of things that I wanted to point out. Okay, first up, as long as you. Okay, so when someone is borrowing something, okay, and you have what's called a stipulation, okay, or a condition, right? So if someone asks to borrow $50. Sure, as long as you return it to me by Friday. I have to pay my phone bill. Okay, so as long as you. Okay, so we're going to use this phrase when we are putting a condition, okay, and usually a time frame on the borrowing of the object. Okay, as long as you. Okay, so putting condition or time frame on the borrowing. Okay, as long as you, right? And it works with lend as well. Okay, it's not only just borrow, right? Could you lend me your book for this weekend? I need to study. Sure, as long as you return it to me by Sunday night. I have a test on Tuesday, and I need to spend Monday preparing for it. Okay, as long. So you're putting a condition or a time frame on the borrowing. Okay, does this make sense, you guys? Any questions about as long as?
No.
No? Okay. Let's see.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Could you make a sentence with as long as you for me?
Okay, yeah, I did a couple of them just now. So I'll type one up. Okay. So so our question here is, could you, could I borrow your book? Okay, that's our question. So the answer, okay, our answer would then be sure. As long as you give it back by Sunday night. Okay, I have a Tuesday. Okay, and I'll need the book on. That's not gonna work. To study on Monday. That's a little funky, but it works. Okay, so when you're saying as long as, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than just saying yes. Okay, a lot of times we give a little bit of an explanation. Okay, that's why I say I have a test on Tuesday, and I'll need the book to study on Monday. Okay, you see how that's used, Jonathan?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, any other questions? Nope. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, so let's come down here to our practices. Make this just a touch bigger. Okay, so let's see. All right, I want to let's practice this first. Okay, and then we'll spend some time talking if we can. All right, so we're going to practice asking for things. Okay, and we are on Pavel and Sergio. Okay, so Pavel, you could choose any one of these items: phone, clock, dictionary, all the way through money. Okay, and you want to use a lend or borrow, okay, in asking for the item from Sergio. And Sergio, you can either say yes or no. Okay, you can use as long as if you want. Okay, but we want to practice responding. Okay, all right. So Pavel, any questions?
Sergio, can I borrow your cell phone?
Oh man, yes. As long as you can finish your call, okay, returning, no problem.
Oh, no problem. I'll return this form to you after call. After I finished. I finish call.
Okay, the call. Yeah, good,
Okay.
good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Sergio, when you put the stipulation or the condition on there, say as long as you give it back to me, and I didn't hear after. You may have said it, but I think it broke up a little bit. So as long as you give it back to me after or right after the call. Okay, and that was good. That was good. Okay, very good. Sergio, let's have you talk with T. Okay, and Sergio, you're going to be asking to borrow one of these items from T, okay? And T, you are going to be responding.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi T. Do you mind if I borrow your bicycle for today night?
Sure. As long as you return it to me before tomorrow, I have to use it.
Okay, thank you, man.
Okay, nice job. Sergio, here you said today, and then you followed it up with night, okay? You could say, could I borrow your bicycle today at night?
Oh, okay, today at night. Yeah.
Okay, something like that. Or today until night if you're going to be using it all day. Okay, until night, right? Very good. And T, nice usage of as long as. Okay, I thought that was great. Now T, you are going to be choosing an item and asking Alessia. Okay, and Alessia, you will be responding. Okay.
Okay.
Alessia, may I borrow your money?
Money.
Usually you want to ask a certain amount of money. May I borrow? You could say, may I borrow some money if you don't know exactly how much you need. You can say some money.
Okay. Alessia, may I borrow $5,000?
Not in this moment, but of course it's my pleasure. If you come back when there is a director, it's great.
Thanks.
Okay, very good. All right, nice job. So not at this moment. That was a very kind way to say, no, I'm not lending you $5,000. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. So yes, if you don't know the exact amount that you want, you guys, you can say, could I borrow some money? Okay, the appropriate response would then be, if you're saying yes, you would say sure. How much? Okay, or how much do you need? Okay, and then you go through the amount. Okay, $5. Oh, sure, here you go. Okay, all right, Alessia, you will be choosing an item and speaking with Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. Tomorrow, could you lend me the lawn mower because my garden is look like a jungle? Jonathan?
Jonathan, you are muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, sure. You can take it, but as long as you return in it by afternoon.
Okay, sure, no problem. Thank
Okay,
you.
very nice. So we want to say by the article the. Okay. Now,
by the
yeah, by the
afternoon.
afternoon.
Okay.
Good. And Alessia, this word here, this is pronounced lawn mower. Lawn mower. Try that.
Lawn mower. Okay.
Okay, very good. And now you also started off your sentence with the word today. Okay, saying today, could you borrow me? Or sorry, could I borrow your? All right. So instead of putting today at the very beginning, I would throw it at the end. Could I borrow your lawnmower today?
Okay.
My front yard is looking like a jungle. Okay, so place the day. Okay, place that at the end.
Okay.
Okay. All right, very good. Okay, nice job, you guys. Let's go to Jonathan and Nacho. Okay, so Jonathan, you will be choosing an item and asking to borrow it from Nacho.
Hi, Nacho. Could you borrow your bicycle?
Okay. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. So, this is what you said here, Jonathan. Could you borrow your bicycle? Okay. All right. So we have you and your. You're asking him to borrow his bicycle to himself, or lend his bicycle to himself. All right. Now, what you want to do is replace you with another subject. Okay. What do you want to say? Instead of could you, what word do we need to replace you with? It'd be the word yo.
Could I?
Yes, there you go. Could I? All right, so try that again. Ask for the bicycle again, but I want you to use this phrase here, okay?
Okay. Could I borrow your bicycle?
Yes, sir. Can you pick it up when you want?
Okay. All right, so you can pick it up when you want.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. You can pick it up when you want.
Okay, you can pick it up when you want. Okay, very good. Okay, nice job. Let's see. Let's go to Nacho and Nadibe. Okay, Nacho, choose any item there. Nadibe, you will be responding.
Okay. Hello, Nadibe. I found an old cassette music cassette, and I don't have any cassette player yet. Can I borrow yours?
Sure, as long as you return it by night. I like to listen at night.
Okay, trust me, I give it you back this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. It would be I'll. This. Okay, instead of I give it back. Okay, so yeah, I'll. Okay, so you say, okay, sure, I'll give it back to you this afternoon. Okay, so we're talking about the future. I'll give it back. Okay. Now, Nadive. when you're wanting something back at night, okay, you're saying, sir, as long as you return it to me by tonight.
Okay.
Okay, return it to me by, and we would say tonight. Okay, and then because I like to listen, okay, and you have to state what you like to listen to. I like to listen music. Okay, so instead of we rarely end our sentences just with listen. Okay, because I like to listen at night. Okay, we always listen to something. I like to listen to the news. I like to listen to the radio. I like to listen to Backstreet Boys. Okay, whatever it is at night. That's how I go to sleep. Okay. All right, whoever it is. Okay. Naive, you'll be practicing with Pavel. Okay, so choose an item here, and you'll be asking Pavel.
Okay, Pavel, can I borrow your jacket?
Jacket? Yes, but then you give it back to me.
Okay, as long as you give it back to me. Yes, you can say that, but typically, Pavel, we add some extra information. As long as you give it back by. Okay, when do you want your jacket back, Pavel?
When you as long as you give jacket back to me, bye.
By, and then I need to know a time. By when?
By tonight. Yes, yes. I understand. As long as you give it this jacket back to me by tomorrow.
Okay. By tomorrow, and that would work. Okay. You could say if you're talking about days, you guys, okay, or time periods. You could say as long as you give it back to me by tomorrow, by tonight, okay, by the morning, okay, by the afternoon, okay, by midday, okay. Those would be time periods that you could use. Okay, so instead of saying the night, we say tonight. Okay, or you could also say by tomorrow night. Okay, if you're talking about tomorrow at nighttime. Okay, as long as you. Okay, you can also express times. Okay, as long as you give it back to me by 5. Okay, and so you wouldn't need to say at 5. Okay, as long as you give it back to me at 5. Okay, by 5. You can say at 5, but that's like boom at that specific time. That's the only time I can accept it. Okay, but if you say by 5, they can return it to you anytime between now and 5. Okay, so we can put in a time there as well. Okay. All right. Any questions to close up, you guys? Any final questions? Nope. Okay. All right. Very good. I hope we were able to go through and understand the difference between lend and borrow, and how we should ask for it. Okay. If you do continue to use borrow, make sure that subject is the correct subject. Okay. And we went over that up above. The only ways to ask for it, okay, are right here. Can we borrow or can they borrow? Okay, and can I borrow? Okay? Can I borrow? So you cannot say, can you borrow? That does not work. Okay, that does not work. It's can I, can we, can they. All right? If you want to use you have to say lend. Okay, can you lend? And then it's going to come to me, to us, to them. Okay? All right, very good, you guys. Thank you all for coming in. Have a great day. I'm going to take a break. I don't think I have any more classes with you guys until about 5 p.m. Yep. I've got other classes during the day, but no classroom classes like this. So I'll see you guys at 5 p.m. If you decide to join that class. Okay. All right, everybody. Take
Bye,
care.
Tom.
Bye bye.
Have a
Yeah.
good day.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Sean. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.